Hi everyone, a huge welcome to the topic that I'm going to be talking about today, which is, can gamification truly be a game changer for savings? Let me introduce myself first though. I'm Mark Warwick. I'm the Chief Design Officer at a company called Thought Machine. I run the creative laboratory of the company. That creative laboratory is now called Cauldron. And for the last 5 years, it's been a team of designers and engineers. And we've been working on what the future might be for retail banking, mortgages, loans, savings, etc., so that we can test Vault, our core banking engine, against what that future might be and stress test it so that it's ready for what the consumers might want in 5, 10, or even 15 years ahead. These projects, they all range, even from something as further away from what you might imagine than this, which is a money box for children. A child gives this a shake. You can see the eyes have lit up, the mouth is lit up, and this is going to Vault, the core banking engine, getting the account balance and telling a child in this mouth how much pocket money they've got. So that children 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, who don't have a phone in a cashless world, they can see how much pocket money they've got at any time in their bedroom without their parents even around. So yes, we create products like this, the industrial design. I'm an electronics engineer, so I was always going to make an Internet of Things device. And we also make projects that are like Vault Rare, our loan personalization project, which you can find out more online, but you can say I want to have a 6-month payment holiday off a loan, or I don't want to pay my loan off every December, or I want to pay off every week or every day instead of monthly, and the customer can control those. And another important project that is ready for the future of what retail banking might be. But today, the project that I really want to talk to you about is a project called Nestlings. And Nestlings, we have been working on Nestlings since, well, actually for 4 or so years now, since this was created, which is a pitch board that we created for ourselves in the studio back in 2016, saying if we had a savings app, which was a proper game world with lots of characters and a rich world for them to live in, that would be quite exciting for a customer to want to save rather than saving by direct debit at the end of every month or that side of things. We have built this. We over the last 2.5 years, we started to invest in it. We've built it in Unity, which is the best platform really to build anything which is game-like. It's so far along now that we are in a proper alpha, and we have these alpha MasterCards, which we have 10 of them that our team are going out and about in the real world, and we're spending with this. And with Vault, it moves money from the current account behind this into a savings account. And so what you do in the real world has a consequence in the game world. In order to talk about Nestlings, the best thing for me to do is actually just to show you the app itself. So I'm going to launch it myself now. You'll see the alpha build recording of this as I'm going, and we can talk through it. So here you go. I'm logging in at the moment into Nestlings. And whilst I'm logging in, something that's very important is that a theme, a challenge that I would say we've had, and that I think banks will have when they start to do this sort of thing, is to work on gamification, not just as a mechanism, but instead to think of it as a proper game world. What makes a game world, not just a mechanism? And all successful games out there that have a lot of user buy-in and big audiences is because of the game world bit, as well as the mechanisms that are there. So to help that make sense, here you go. You can see there's a world. There are characters. It looks fun, but it's savings. And so, let's explore this further. we are introduced immediately to one character called Shremo, and Shremo is on every Nestling's landing island because it's the easiest one for someone to get used to, because it rounds up the transactions from that the user is doing. So there you go, there's Shremo. So Shremo looks quite cute and engaging. And then other characters, and I've actually adopted some already so that we can accelerate this. Celebrate saves 50p every Friday. Why not? It's not to do with my transactions, just to do with it's Friday. Fridays are fun. Rain saves money every time it rains, which is not so good here in the UK, but is interesting to have on the island and a bit of fun. And you can see already Rain is on the leaderboard at the top for the most savings, even though I've only just started. You can also see there that the level up is at £5. So I'll talk more about leveling up in a moment, but very important to know that that's what you're targeting towards. Let's start talking now about actually saving. What would happen? You would get a notification. So it wouldn't be every time you do a transaction you see Shremo popping up, but it will summarize it. So Shremo here is saying, what took you so long? We've managed to save £1.99 for you. Shall we put it in your nest egg? And so you get a decision. Do you want to do that? And if you say no, you don't want to save, Shremo sadly will start crying. And that's very important. We had to do that. Of course we did. We're making a game as much as savings here. So, but I don't want to make Shremo cry, so I will say yes. And so now Shremo will put that £1.99 into our egg, our nest egg, and you can see I've got £2.99 there now. But importantly, you will have noticed that more plants appeared on the world, and that's where we reward the user with something not tangible, but it's lovely. Users, like Fortnite, they love to buy skins, outfits for the characters, and here they get rewarded with something similar. The world is getting better. You'll notice that our nestlings, they start waving. Another little bit of a reward for the user. You're trying to keep your nestlings happy. You don't want them sad. They're only happy when they're saving. And so, we're kind of bringing the user into this whole game world. Let's talk about discoveries. So like Pokemon Go, you go out there and you discover Pokemon. Here you discover them with this. So as you do transactions, you will discover new nestlings. And here's one that's appeared. And this nestling is called Grim. And Grim has been discovered because I used this last night at post 11 p.m. And Grim wants to put away 75p every time I use this post 11 p.m. And so it's my decision as to whether I adopt Grim or not. Am I interested in doing that? This time I will say I will. And 75p goes in. You can see the world, this lovely little blue plant arrived, etc. And so that's nestling discoveries. And there are dozens to discover. But you might not want to keep them all on the island, because otherwise they might be saving too much or not in the way you want to. So a part of this game is around managing them. And so here you can see I can take off a nestling or put a nestling on by simply dragging over from the bottom tray. And so that is actually activating the savings rule. So I've just taken Celebrate off, and that's activated switching off 50p every Friday. I've put Rain on, and Rain now will be activated. And so part of this game is managing those nestlings. If you want to try and save fast and get through to the next level, you will want to optimize. You've only got 6 zones. You might have 20 nestlings. Which ones do you put on to get to the next level? Or you might want to go slower. You feel like you're saving too fast. So how do you slow it down? And so that's around the managing of nestlings. But like I said earlier, a really big part of this, and one of the most important parts, is leveling up. A huge part of excitement for the user, because they're curious as to what will happen when they level up. And so here we have Lumen, and Lumen wants to save £2. Lumen appears every 28 days when there's a full moon. And your decision whether you want to do that or not to do with transactions, to do with the moon. And so we will put £2 away, Lumen says, because Lumen has been activated. And so here we're going to put £2 in. We're going to go past the level up threshold of £5, and the user is curious what is going to be this level. and they get rewarded with the beach world level. And they now need to save up £10. They can explore this world. There are little Easter eggs in there, of course. If you tap that palm tree, you'll see a little coconut appear. And there are many levels. There are the volcano level, there's the mystical stone level, and we won't tell you what happens at level 10, but that's a secret that only we know at the moment. But ultimately, you're trying to get through all 10 levels. And at the moment, the aim is that if you get through all 10 levels, you will have saved £1,000. And that's the aim of the whole game. And you can't cheat on it. Everything's set. You get to £1,000 if you complete all 10 levels, and then you get rewarded with the end. So look, I'm going to stop there. That's what Nestlings is. What's going on with it now? Like I say, it's an alpha. We will go into beta in 2021, and we will launch in 2021. We already have a bank in the UK who wants to launch Nestlings. We're doing it exclusive per region. So the UK region is now taken. Other regions, it is licensable by different banks around the world, depending on what region they are. So if you're interested in Nestlings, please do get in touch. mark@thoughtmachine.net. And you might be able to get exclusivity for your particular region. Is there anything else around this? The other part that I would say is that games, the reason why you can attract quite a big user base, I would say, is that the game worlds, they attract users not just because this is a savings app, but people start getting invested in the characters and the actual world. They want to see the concept art. And even on that point, we posted the concept art for Shrimo, Katie, our amazing artist in New Zealand, actually, who did this illustrator artwork, posted Shrimo, and Katie got 9,700 likes on Instagram for this. Now, you know how hard it is to do that on social media these days, and the comments that were streaming down, were all around, wow, look at, I can't believe that savings could be like this. I want this. I'm terrible at budgeting. I'm terrible at savings, and we were astounded by it. So another important part of how Game World will really help you attract consumers in a very different way to banking is traditionally done. There isn't much else for me to say apart from to come back to the question, which is gamification a game changer for savings? In our opinion, yes. We think that post 2021, we're going to see a lot more of this. There is a consumer war out there to try and get consumer market share. We think in the savings area particularly, we're going to start seeing the banks that do real game world savings are going to attract a big audience, and those customers are going to be talking to other peers, friends, etc. about, have you got Nestlings or whatever you come up with. So yes, I'm going to stop there. And like I say, the other message to take away is gamification, not just a mechanic, times 2, times 3, this, and just some levels. There's a lot more around why people play games and why they keep coming back to them, and why they will come back to something as important as savings, something that is fun and rewarding to do. And that's very important, that message from today. So yes, please get in touch with me. Like I say, I'm mark@thoughtmachine.net, and have a great conference. And hope to see you one day in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.